What you might hear on the Dad Podcast can be considered offensive. We will have explicit content. You have been warned. Proceed with caution.
Titty!
You're listening to the Dad Podcast.
Let's get started.
Fuck those little kids. Wait, so you're saying for real, people
They keep dick bones.
Bear dicks.
keep bear dicks when they hunt and kill? That's
But it's also, listen, like, if you were a Native American, though, back in the day.
well, I guess if it's a cub, that's got to be a little small one.
But think of this,
Bitty
though.
guy.
You're killing, like, what? There's okay, you can pick.
Okay.
Buffalo, mammoth, pick.
That I'd want to hunt?
Just pick one.
Mammoth.
Mammoth? Okay, even better. That's the better pick that I was going to lead into. Because, so, you take about, what, minimum 15 out there with you, I assume. I don't know. But if you get the final kill, and you get, because, like, the dick and the balls were like that's a man's thing, you know what I mean? You would keep those as an original hunter. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if I could do it.
But no, I'm not talking now.
I get what you're saying.
Like, you were a hunter back in the day, and you go,
See, I
like,
think they keep
I finished this motherfucker off.
the tusks, yeah.
They kept the tusks.
But you're thinking,
just don't know
you're
about the
thinking like
dicks.
prairie Indians.
I get what you're saying.
Because, like, jungle, they're not, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but, like, jungle, I don't want to call them people, but I can't call them Indians either. People that hunted in the jungle, well, I guess
What were they
mammoths
called? They were
weren't in
like
the jungles.
not like
Well,
there
what,
was something for them. Not like
have you seen
not
prey?
Indian, but yes, yeah.
What were they?
Indigenous.
No, they had a tribe name. They were like they weren't the
The
Aztecs,
Slapaho.
but they were, Slapaho, Nakaniga.
Wasachi something. Who knows?
But
there was something.
there was something like,
they
but
were
like,
stupid. We get it.
but like if you got the final fucking throat shot with a spear on a mammoth, bro, no, you keep the fucking genitalia
No.
every time, my friend.
I'll go with him. You keep the tusks. Comanche. They were the Comanche nation.
Comanche.
But those were Indians.
yeah,
Comanches were Indians,
yeah.
but they weren't like the backwards jungle ones.
Well, that's why I was like, I didn't know what to present
yeah.
them with. I don't know what to say here.
But I don't know. I just
Like
that's
jaguar
weird. So
killers, though.
you're saying he
Like, have
literally
you-
did
have
that
you-
for them?
the
He
new
would
King
skin
Kong.
the dick and give it.
He would. Yeah. If they wanted the dick, he had to skin the dick.
But it's not like it's a bone.
No,
It is a bone in bears.
In a bear, it is a bone.
I
That's
think it's
fucking
one of
weird.
the only animals that it's
Yeah.
actually an actual
It's
bone.
Them and whales. Whales.
I was gonna say
have
whales
bones.
too. I didn't know for sure, but I was just about to
Do
say.
they count
what
as
about
an
a blue
animal?
whale? But no,
Mammals,
imagine
yes.
like,
Giant fish.
but imagine
are
being
mammals.
yeah.
a not necessarily a chief leader or a shaman or whatever it's called back in the day in your tribe, but you go, yo, I killed this mammoth and I'm wearing its dick around my neck. You're like, I have the power of the fucking elephant. Well, he didn't suck the meat off of it. I'm just saying.
How do you know?
I don't. They
Should I
probably,
ask him?
I
Ask
think.
Peyton. Like when you skinned it, did you suck the meat off too, or?
Well, he said they boiled the meat off and ate the meat, and then it was bleached.
Oh, that's just weird to me.
He didn't actually say that, but that's what
So,
makes sense to me.
but-
He did say boil it off. They
Boil-
had to boil off. the
Oh, he
meat.
did?
Yeah.
They boiled
I mean,
it
I
off.
guess it's one way to get it
Said
off,
they
but
just like cut it.
Probably the best way.
the best way to get it off.
Yeah.
Now, these people hunting the bears,
Whoa, these people. Okay, let's lean right into that. Let's do it.
did they eat the meat? Like, what's the
Yeah.
point of hunting a bear? Just to have the bearskin rug or something? Like,
It's that, but you can
Can
make-
mount the head.
Meat goes mostly into sausages.
really?
Yeah, bear sausage
sausages.
or
They're
grease
Fucking disgusting.
Sounds
So
disgusting.
or
gross.
bear grease.
But people do eat them.
Interesting.
You can sell them to some people, not
I-
for what you paid to like go on that hunt, but you can sell them
Yeah.
really cheap to somebody.
I've heard bear meat is the greasiest, besides like a vulture. I heard vulture meat is like greasy and disgusting.
I believe it.
I mean, it also depends. I don't know for sure, but where you get the bear. Is it,
Well, yeah,
is
and
it
that's-
eating what people feed it? Is it eating
Is it like
wild
Yogi Bear and
animals?
he's just eating fucking picnic baskets?
Yeah, yeah. Exactly, though. Like,
Well, I
is
know
he
in
eating apple
McCall,
pies?
there was a lot of bears. We'd have to scare them away from the garbage cans. Like 3 in the morning, you hear noises. You look outside. There's 2 bears digging through the garbage can.
And you chose to go out there and scare them
Oh, no,
away?
no. I do it from the window.
I was like, just let them
I'm going down. Yeah, I'm not going downstairs.
let
You
them
make a noise at
finish their meal.
these.
Oh yeah, attract them to you.
You make a
Cool.
noise at these ones, and they just ran away fast. But I wonder, like, okay, I'm not a big hunter, you know, and I know you have to like put in like a lottery almost to get a deer tag and stuff. How do you get a bear? Like, because that's like
Overpopulation.
You can get a general season bear tag. It's
Really?
just- so Idaho is grouped up into units. There's like 50 different units,
Mhm.
and for certain units you have to draw. So you put your name in. You have to pay to put your name in the pile, and then they pick 1 to 5, like 1 to 10 names.
Also, you go
You
first.
want me
and
to
then I'll-
start it?
Yeah.
So basically, Idaho's group up into about 50 different sections. You have to pay to put your name into a pile, and then they select.
then you hope you get
Yeah,
it.
you basically hope you get it. It's like one to 10 people, depending on the unit and depending on what.
Also,
you're
though, from
hunting
the
in that
information we
unit.
Do you
heard
get your
tonight,
money back
though,
if you don't get
Nope.
it? Fuck
from
that.
Your money goes straight to the Idaho Wildlife.
I know Peyton.
Sounds like
I
a
know
freaking
Peyton's never
Optimus
been
Club.
on here, so he's not a credible source because he's like
been
a
on
made-up
here.
character. No, he hasn't.
He was on here once.
Peyton.
Damn.
Peyton.
Pepe. Yeah.
I don't remember that. Anyways, well, then he's slightly credible. But there's also like, from what I heard just tonight, because I hung out with him earlier, there's a very, very, very overpopulation of bears, specifically black,
I can
in Idaho. Yeah, I know it's
I can
everywhere.
see the bears.
Yeah,
Because we used to have it with wolves, and then they did a whole thing where
where
you
they
could hunt
made
the
it
wolves
legal
for a
to
little
hunt
bit.
wolves. Yeah,
and then
you can shoot
it
wolves.
thinned it out, and
Well, now see that's where I bring up. I guess we were talking about it earlier off mic, but like people were shooting cubs.
Yeah.
yeah, that's just
But
weird to me.
It's
like
legal though.
2-year-olds.
That it was weird to me until I go, well, what's
what's weird?
like?
You
I
what's
guess
the
if
deal?
you
just
shoot the
can't
baby or
a
shoot the mom.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't shoot the mom.
Well, I was
with
gonna say, if
cubs.
you shoot the baby or shoot the mom, you better shoot the baby, or they're gonna remember your face and hunt you down.
Basically, they might as well.
Especially because they're bears.
Especially because they're black bears.
Yeah, but no. I mean, same though, Donnie. Same boat. I'm not a big hunter, but like,
Some of the stuff is just weird to me. Like I was talking because my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, they're all hunters and stuff. And there's this whole like
they're also homosexuals though.
The
We have
thing-
to address that.
Yeah, fuck you, old man rule. You're paying somebody to fucking play your team. I swear to God.
there's like this thing like your first kill, you have to like drink his blood or some
Eat
shit.
the heart. Take
Yeah,
a
I'm
bite
like,
out of the
take a
heart
bite of the
and
heart.
The liver.
Yeah, no,
I
fuck
did
that. Like, look,
I haven't done that, but
I
I've
did it.
eaten liver cooked, not raw,
Liver King.
not raw.
Welcome, primals.
I don't think I could just cut it open and take it out and eat it. No, I'm good.
It's fucking warm.
I don't think I ever would.
No, see,
But the hypothetical of talking about it, I'd be like, yeah, I'll eat every heart there is. Yeah,
Dude,
give me a
it's-
bite. But
especially
like,
this month.
gruesome.
but literally though, like I would. So I don't know the word for it. I tried to. We kind of talked about
Cannibal?
it earlier. But like, so you skin a rabbit, you skin a bear, you skin a fucking deer, you skin what you know what I mean. Birds. What do you call that? Defeathering. What do you call it?
Plucking.
But
I mean, that's what you do for. You gotta pluck the
it's
chicken
but
before
it's-
you cook
it's-
it.
Yeah, but it's not like a. We're not in a fucking. I'm talking about in the field, like you shoot a quail or a dove, and you want to take.
Well, it's not like they have a
I don't know
skin,
what
so
it's
it's not
called.
like with those you slice down, you kind of peel it back. With these, you literally have to pull each feather out,
No,
Which one?
like plucking
birds.
a bird.
No, so no, there's a way to legit skin it,
Yeah. Well,
but I don't know what it's called.
you breast it. You take the breasts out. That's it.
No, because I've. Yes, you're correct, but also like quail and dove though, you don't even have to, but like you shoot it down, you
I'm
go
out.
pick it up, you're out. The young bull, everybody,
Later, man.
he was here. I'm switching.
So breasting, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know what it's called though, but like I've done that a couple times and it was. See, but I've also skinned a rabbit and I'm like it's completely different. Maybe breasting is what you call it.
That's just what he was saying, but I don't know if that's good. Just because he said all you use is, the breast. But I would just straight up. Anybody ask me, I say, yeah, you pluck it because just like a chicken, you got to pluck the feathers out. I don't know.
Can we?
Not my kind of thing. So.
I have two things I want to get to, kind of, if you're down.
Yeah.
No, I was watching it. Don't worry. One, I think the first thing we need to do is address my mostly, but our lack of absence.
The missing weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to be
been a
addressed,
crazy-
right?
Enough just to say it's
can we-
been a
can we
crazy
get- can
past
we
month and a half.
Well, the reason I bring it up mostly that we're alone, me and you, the bros. Let's talk about it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Let's get real. Because me and you haven't talked about it at all.
No.
And that's what makes me feel worse about it than anything.
I just figured whatever. It
But
happened.
see-
It's over. It's done with.
It's not though. We're here.
Yeah.
It's not done with. It's not over with. But we just had we'll call it a hiccup.
Okay.
But I don't even know what was released about with the last episode. We have to address this, correct?
I mean, look,
We need to talk about it.
most of the explosion was not in.
I figured that.
Yeah.
It's just been a weird transition with both of our lives at the same time somehow.
So like, yes, I mean with Riley's football and having to move to Monday night recordings and
Me not having a workable vehicle for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
and as far as that episode,
Well, yeah.
when you said this is my last one and you left, I literally thought it was like when Baby Huey did it. And so 5 minutes later, I was like, I'm gonna go check.
It
on him.
almost was. It
And
was so close to that.
I came back and I was like, he really did leave. That's about all that was left in there.
So,
I mean, boy, Katie flipping out was in there.
well, this is what I want to talk about, is being 100% candid. I showed up drunk that night.
Yeah,
I can't. There wasn't even a topic in play. There wasn't anything. There was no substance to the episode yet, and I was getting screamed at like that, and I was already drunk. I at least
drunk
need,
before you got here, and then I
Bro.
think you had like 3.
bro. I need
already?
I need like 10 minutes without that, or I'm gonna hit him. And I love him. Evan's a good guy. Podcast folks, this is a Donnie Tyler episode. Once again, I showed up drunk tonight. Anyways, I don't know what it was. I remember the name I brought up, and I remember what we were about to talk about, which we never got to. And I just remember I'm gonna make this night worse than it would be if I stayed.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go right now and even everything out. Hopefully, I just spelled fuck. Or I'm gonna be or it's gonna be rough. And I don't know too. We also both needed.
It's so like I said, if this is what I told Marcus also, because we continued the conversation.
Yeah.
And I was like, if he would have stuck around,
Tomato head. Yeah, I heard.
yeah, your thing you were trying to get at with that guy's name was freedom of
Which
speech.
we never got to, but yes, freedom of speech.
The problem is freedom of speech is literally defined as stating your opinion. Okay? When these
I'm
guys come
listening,
out,
but I have rebuttal already.
when these guys come out and they say this is fact, that's no longer freedom of speech. That is no longer freedom of speech. I looked it up and I read the definition too,
Agreed.
and to Marcus, and that's all I was getting at is these
but we
are not right for freedom of speech.
This is why I'm bringing this up is because it wasn't between me and you. The problem, the problem that blew up, which was me, obviously.
No,
And that's why I'm apologizing tonight that it's been weeks, months, whatever it's been. We haven't been together, bro.
because I was texting you after you left. We were still talking. Everything was fine.
Well, we talk every day.
Yeah, and that's what
I've recognized maybe a small strain, but we're fine.
Dan and I, because Dan came over and we did one episode in between there, and him and I talked about it, and I was like, no, I still talk to Tyler every day. I was like, look, the way I see it, when he's ready, he'll be back. We talked since then, and there was just shit going on, and it like whatever. It is what it is.
There's also the worldly problem above us, past us, where sometimes your soul just needs a break from certain things.
Yeah.
And it happened.
That's what I said.
Got a break.
It is what it is, and when it's time, it'll happen.
We had a dream. We're continuing our dream. No, for real though.
Yeah, no, it's just
But like, yeah.
it's just funny because one episode or one topic, not necessarily had to be tonight,
we
but I
didn't
want to
even
bring
get
up
there, bro.
was dreams. And when you said we had a dream, and
Do you want to do dreams tonight?
we can, that's fine.
I would love to because
'Cause-
I have a lot on that recently.
Me
I'm
too.
not gonna lie.
Like,
So,
I've actually
okay.
had some that
Let's
I
get into
actually
that
remember
then
now.
after this. So you know what? Yeah, I was in the wrong that night, and I do apologize to you. I do. I apologize.
Thank you.
We were on vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You took a week. I took a week.
Yeah.
We just didn't. Our times didn't match.
I
bro.
actually purchased 2 little mics that'll just hook straight into the computer here,
How Ori does, you piece of shit. How I've been trying to do it the whole time.
and I brought it to Mexico. Well, they're not the best quality. They're not going to have the same because we don't have the mixer board, which gives a better sound. They're cheap mics. But I thought, because I took that week to Mexico.
Did you do it?
No.
Oh,
We just spent the whole time drinking, and
same.
it
though.
never came.
I mean, why would it ever?
Right. I mean, when you're going to
You're
a
on
bar with
vacation.
$1 margaritas and shit,
You're on vacation, dude.
you're not going to think about it.
10 cents American. Yeah, exactly.
5 tacos for
How
a
was
quarter.
it though, man?
I love the place. I always have fun going there. Even like I hate the heat, and this isn't normal
wait,
heat, but
Hold on. Oh, it's the main tourist place, right?
no, I don't think I'd call it the main tourist place.
I lost it. Where'd you go?
Puerto Vallarta.
God damn it! That's it.
The main would be Cancun. That's like a huge touristy place. But we don't even go to we don't stay in the touristy area. You know, the hotels and all that. We rent bed and breakfast or houses over on the Mexican side of it. We
Well,
stay
you don't
in the
want to
more.
stay in the resort.
No, and I don't need to
boring.
be by the malls and all that.
just-
I want to be by the
It's not the experience.
yeah. I want to be by the authentic shit.
Yeah.
So we stay as close to that as we can. Tana. She sucks at picking foods.
I do want to say one thing about Tana. Have we talked about that Burt Kreischer night afterwards on the podcast?
You know, honestly, I don't remember
I think we might have once.
about how. Oh, the strip club. We did talk about the strip club. Yeah.
Bro, she's the funniest bitch I've ever met.
Did I tell you she
Sorry,
was
Dan, to call
wasted?
your wife a bitch. That's fine.
She was very hungover the
Bro,
next day.
But no, that's the funniest bitch I ever met because we were sitting there. So Torch 2, dirtiest. For people that don't know Boise, Idaho.
There's one dirtier. The one up by Charlie Brown's, Erotic City. That place is nasty.
Eclipse.
They changed the name to Clips.
Eclipse. Yeah,
Jesus.
it's the Eclipse. But anyways, though, where we're at the stage, and Tana's getting. You kind of remember probably.
Oh yeah.
But she's getting the stripper's ass shook in her face, and I
Oh,
go,
yeah.
I go, eat her pussy, and she got probably half an inch away from her pussy with her tongue, dude, and she went, and I was just like, that's a good bitch right there. I was like, I love her.
I do
She's the
remember. So
funniest bitch
she
ever.
went up. Was it? Who was some? I think it was.
I apologize to Dan for calling her a bitch. I called her a bitch 19 more times.
What the fuck was? Whatever? Butt Cheek's girlfriend
Tanya.
tried to get him a dance. He wouldn't do it anymore. He wanted to go home or something like that. So she ended up.
refused.
She ended up giving the money to Tana,
Oh, really?
and we were all going to leave. So Tana's like, "I'll do it," and Tana went up there. So I took all of my ones that my wife and I didn't use, and I think Baby Huey did too. That girl
We
got a
left before you guys?
lot of yeah. You guys left way before us. I had to finish your beer because you left.
I thought we went somewhere else.
I think you and Brittany were gonna go home and fuck, so you had to go early.
I only fuck boys when I'm drunk.
But we ended up throwing. I think that the stripper at the end of the night or the end of us leaving or getting ready to leave, we left before Tanya and Baby Huey and Butt Cheeks, but off of Tana because we all just kind of threw money up as Tana sitting there. We put it around her.
She
Got like
tried to eat her
$50
butthole.
just off of Tana.
Tina tried to eat her butthole, dude, and it was hot. I'm not gonna lie, it was hot.
And Dan's pissed
Why?
because he
From that?
is always trying to get us to go to strip clubs when we're on trips, like we've been to Vegas and stuff, and it never happens. And then the one night he's gone and not with us, and we end up at a strip club. So
gotta-
he's pissed.
You got to start taking me places, dude. You got to start taking me.
Are you the one that brought it up?
What?
The strip club?
You are, motherfucker.
I didn't bring it up.
Yes, you did.
No, somebody said it to me.
Oh, you know what? No. You're right. Brittany.
Did she bring it up?
Brittany's the one that brought it up.
I just remember sitting at the Navajo. I ordered
well,
shots.
I could be wrong. The first person I heard it from was Brittany. It could have been Eeks. If you're thinking factually,
Could have been him.
it was either Eeks or Alex.
Yeah.
If you're thinking for real,
Yeah.
real, you know what I mean?
I just don't know who chose Torch 2 over. There's so many better ones. No.
No, your wife.
No.
You call her right now.
She's never been to any here, but her and I wanted
She chose the Navajo.
Satin Dolls. No, I said who chose Torch 2?
I know, but who chose the Navajo?
That might have been me. I love the Navajo.
And then when you think of her in a strip club in relation to the Navajo, you don't do spearmint or fucking whatever.
I'd have gone
you
to
do
Satin
torch.
Dolls. Yeah, I'd
we
done
all
to
would,
Torch.
because they don't serve alcohol, so they're all 18-year-olds there. Of course, we would have gone to Satin Dolls.
Better looking strippers there.
Dreams, baby.
Okay, so look, this all started because my favorite horror movie.
I knew you were gonna go there. So before we talk about it, I personally have a weird take on dreams.
Okay.
I want to know why. So you already said horror movies, kind of a teaser. So you feel as if you're dreaming because of horror movies?
No.
Why do you think you dream?
I honestly feel two things. I think that they are part of
I can talk about this for 3 hours, just so you know.
You know, I feel strongly about reincarnation.
I know you do. That's
so
why
I think
want to ask you
I
about
think
dreams.
a lot of dreams are
your dreams
memories.
Your dreams are memories and past.
Yes.
Okay.
But I also feel that
before
dreams can be
I think
something that could happen.
think my dreams are present and future.
See, future is where I was going with that. Yeah, like
but you just said you dream in present past. Mostly.
Yes, yeah, I would say present past. No present.
Not present, sorry.
Future past. So
Future
past, like memories of another life. Future is something that could or might or will happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just brought it up because I was talking with my kids about it when we watched. I showed them Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, and the only way he can get you is dreams.
Recently?
Yeah. And
First time for them?
Riley's not a big horror movie.
Memorable, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it came up, and we kind of talked about dreams, and for the most part, like I don't usually remember them. Lately,
This is what I wanna
this
talk
past couple weeks, I've been remembering more and more of them, which is awesome to me because
Have you been
I like it. I like remembering my dreams.
drinking / smoking? I know you don't smoke very much, but have you been drinking less?
No, about the same.
Because for me, dreams
Might be my medication.
I can remember. So okay, let's take it back.
Okay.
Prison. I could be dreaming, wake up, eat breakfast, go back to sleep, think about that dream, go right back into that dream.
Yeah.
I've done that at least 100 times.
If I remember it, yeah, I can do that too.
But that's like me in jail. So I got out, and I was very sober. I was extremely sober for at least a year when I got out, and then I started drinking or whatever again, smoking. But I've realized lately, so I smoke a lot of dabs. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been able to afford it lately, so I don't really smoke weed lately. I just don't. Like fuck.
What are you
bro.
back to smoking meth?
I wish. Catch a buzz during the day, keep me going, dude. No, I literally have been smoking like very, 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 very minimal weed compared to what I smoke.
And all flour.
Yeah, all flour. And I'm dreaming a lot. And I can remember them. I wake up. I can like some I can't, blah, blah, whatever. But like a lot of them, I wake up and I'm like, I wonder to myself, is this something my brain's trying to work through?
Yeah.
Or is this the future-ish type deal? I'm like, what am I seeing? I don't know. It's very foggy. But I had a dream last night of this apartment I've never lived in, never had. It's my favorite apartment I've ever lived in.
Yeah.
I've been there for a year.
And you have the feeling and
bro,
yeah.
my whole dream. I've been there for about a year. It's like I like my neighbors. I had a yard.
Very rare.
Yeah, it was just like I remember though, still right now, I woke up this morning from the dream. And I'm like, that's my favorite place I've ever lived. And I'm like, what is that?
See, and those are the ones.
Like, what
that-
are we doing?
Those are the ones that I attribute to reincarnation or past lives, because you have that strong feeling of remembering it and knowing it, but you've never been there in real life or as far as you know. I was just saying, like
Before you
that
press
dream that
play.
you had, like
Did you press?
yeah, it's your. To me, like if I had that, I'd be like, that in my mind
Manifestation.
attributes to the reincarnation or how I feel about reincarnation.
Okay, agreed.
Because it's like it has to be. I mean, the feelings you get of knowing it and it being your favorite, it has to be something that was there. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, but this is where I don't want to say it gets weird with reincarnation for me and you, because
But you okay? So
It always
metaverse
has to
are
be
you
the past.
for you?
it's always got to be the past if it's reincarnation.
As far as that, yes, yeah.
yeah. So like,
So like me when I have
but
those
I
kind
had
of dreams,
the dog in my dream that I have now.
yeah.
I had Ruka. I had I don't know, dude.
I don't know why I said metaverse, multiverse for you.
Multi.
So that could be, you know what I mean?
I agree with that because yes.
For your thoughts.
Well, I've
'cause-
told you my theory.
and you're very strong in belief of that.
100%.
So if that is the case, and that's why I said like reincarnation for me could be that. So it's the
Well,
same kind of thing.
It's
you
also
know?
a metaphor. I mean, it's the same. It's the same definition for a different word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Metaverse, multiverse, reincarnation. It's all like
It's hard for me to use metaverse now that,
meta.
fucking Facebook, it's
all-
taken it and
well,
turned
what
it into
is
VR
is,
shit.
reincarnation, and then I just had the word too, but yeah,
But as far as
I've
the
lost it.
present feeling for you, multiverse.
it is multiverse though, because like for one, energy doesn't die. For two, no one knows where energy comes from necessarily,
Yeah.
other than the universe, which is this is a weird topic to get into right now, honestly. Have you seen? You want to go movies?
We can.
Because I don't. Well, okay. Let me try to clarify what I was thinking just then. Okay, so reincarnation, you,
Yeah.
multiverse, me. So my belief, which is probably the same as yours, energy doesn't die.
Okay.
It doesn't go anywhere. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
It goes. It reforms. Whatever.
Hence spirits, ghosts, whatever.
Yeah. Any way it manifests itself, it energy doesn't die. So multiverse me, it could just be energy on a different plane, which I believe we're all doing the same thing 100 times over, 1,000,000 times over, blah, blah. It's just different variations of everything, which for you, reincarnation could be the exact same thing with more of a fresh start, I guess.
Well, that's
I
what I'm saying.
would
Like
say.
my
You know
version
what
of
I mean?
reincarnation could be multiverse.
Yeah, exactly, though.
You know what I mean?
But
You
just-
die here, but boom,
It's
you're
just
11
the idea
here. So
of more of a fresh start, maybe.
Yeah.
Instead of like, me in this multiverse got in a car accident and died, whereas me in this multiverse one step over almost got in a car accident and died. You know,
Yeah.
it's the same shit. Energy doesn't die. It's all fucking transformed. Whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much because it's the same idea.
yeah.
It's just different. Neither of them are ever proven.
No. They're all just theories.
But all
just
the theories
ideas or-
correlate so well.
Yeah.
Which is but leading me on to trying to change subject or whatever to movies, which didn't work at all. It didn't. I
No,
had a plan in my idea.
But we both say like, so for dreams, mine are past and future. Yours are present and future.
I think mine are present and future mixed.
Yeah.
I truly
So like
truly
there are
believe
those
that.
dreams where to me, it's like you wake up happy and you're like, I can't wait for that to happen to me. And you remember, like, I don't always remember the entire dream, but I remember parts of it and I'm like, that's going to be awesome when that comes true.
Oh, see, I feel you. That would depress me, I feel like.
Really? See, that just gets
I
me
d-
excited for the future. If that makes sense, like,
I know exactly where you're coming from
because I feel so strong, this is going to happen to me. I dreamed this.
Yeah.
I feel this. It's going to happen. So it gets me excited for the future and for that to happen.
you also have to remember it for you to feel
Again,
that
so
way.
yeah, like I would
You know what I
remember parts of it. Yeah. And who knows if like 3 days from now I'm still gonna remember it. But at the time,
Mine, I don't know if
because nobody wants to know their
that's
future.
a good take because like,
So maybe you're meant to forget it.
well, a lot of people want to know the future. A lot of people.
I guess, but I'm one of those like I don't want to know when I'm gonna die or gonna
You're
know
talking-
how I'm gonna die or
I feel like
don't
you're
want to know
talking
the future.
premonition wise though, and no one gets that.
Maybe, but
No one gets that unless they're, in my opinion, at the bottom of the barrel, searching for something to hope in.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just like addiction, or like a girlfriend left them, or like, just like I'm nothing, but I would love to feel something someday. If that makes sense. But that's a good take on it though, because like dreams are premonitional.
Yeah.
Is that the word premonit?
We'll accept it. I'm not gonna look it up. We'll accept it.
Promontory. That's not the word. Anyways, though, but like, yeah. See, but that's always a big question too, though, because my mom reads a lot of like dream books,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, if you dream this, this is what it means, and if you don't dream this, like this is what it means." And I'm like, I don't necessarily remember my dreams in sequences or in thoughts, but feelings.
Yeah.
So I've never had the future one specifically. I don't think.
See, and that's what I'm getting at. Like,
But yours are past and future. Mine are present and future, like we talked about.
yeah. So like my future, like I said, I'll remember that day. I'll wake up, I'll know it, and I'll be like, yeah. 2 days later, I
so
probably
what
won't.
you're saying is I'll maybe live in that apartment someday,
Yeah.
and I'll have my dog, and I'll still have my dog.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my next apartment.
Maybe it's
is
your
what
next
you're saying.
apartment, and then you're gonna be like,
And I dream that
This
it's
was
the
it,
best
yeah.
one I've had, and it makes sense. Okay. Dreams just.
I mean, that's just how I feel about it. And as far as like the books, like books on things like that, because there's no way to prove it, are just like the Bible to me. It's someone's version of what they think it means.
It's their own accord.
Yeah, which
Exactly.
you can say this is exactly how I feel, okay, or you could be like, it's close, but it's not. You know what I mean? So
It's why I like fictional books,
yeah,
because it's not necessarily someone's point of view. It's just a broad topic.
yeah,
Because, I'll agree with that for sure. Because I don't like anyone telling me how to feel,
yeah,
or telling me what I think, or telling me what my feelings are.
yeah. You feel how you feel, and
See, but that's
it. I mean, it's
that makes me want to
everybody's
write
gonna
a
feel
book,
different
though, right?
on how you feel about.
Well, okay. Just to get back to the main topic, I was gonna say think. I know myself for sure. I don't dream unless I'm pretty, like, what's a word for almost drastically but not drastically? I don't dream unless I'm almost drastically sober.
Okay.
Like, for sure. So, like, drunk, I can go to bed drunk and dream, but specifically smoking dabs, I don't dream. I go to bed fucking dumb, maybe wake
There's
up
like something
dumb.
that just shuts it off, and
Something, or when I was doing harder drugs than I am now, I never dreamt. I never dreamt. But like now that my main, I don't want to sound like an alcoholic, even though I am. But now that my main thing is just like I drink and I go to bed and I drink and I go to bed, whatever. I dream, bro. Like I have a lot of dreams that like, and I really remember them, and they're very prominent to me, and it's just like, I'm like, is weed blocking that? Or is like, if I didn't drink, would it? I don't
or is it? I mean,
I don't know. That's what's crazy to me. I dream when I feel sober, though. Other than that, I don't remember dreaming.
doesn't mean you're not doing it. You just don't remember them.
Fair.
Yeah. Because I mean, I know there's times I wake up, I'm like, God, that was awesome. What did I just dream? And I know I dreamt something, but I can't remember it.
Well, bro, there's times I wake up and I'm like, what did we do yesterday?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I sit back and I think about it. I'm like, okay, I remember everything we did. Like, work, come home, pick up Ruka, come home, go grocery shopping, come home, play with Ruka, cook dinner, eat dinner, take the dog out, whatever, blah, blah. But I'm like, but then I wake up and I go, what did I accomplish yesterday? I'm like, what? Well, not even accomplish. I'm like, what did I do? But I remember all of it. It's a haze.
You know, I have one dream that I can still remember.
Reoccurring?
No.
I have one too.
That I can still remember that I know I had when I was, I think, 7.
Okay.
And it's one that I think about all the time. Like, why? Because of how I feel, like I said, about reincarnation, dreams, whatever. Why this dream? And it was literally, because back then, you know, like missing children, they always put it on the milk carton.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember in my dream,
You're right. I do remember that.
I had gone to the fridge. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're younger than me. So they used to put, like, you'd get half gallon, and there was a picture, like, missing children. It was always on the milk carton. And I remember
Jeffrey or whatever
going into the fridge and getting milk, and there I was on the milk carton, and it freaked me out. I was like, Mom, this is me. And I mean, it was my mom, my dad that I'm talking to. This is me. This is me.
So future and present.
Yeah. I mean, back then I was like, and I remember it scared me awake. But it wasn't like it was a different mom and dad. It was my mom that I had at the time.
So the back of your mind was probably worried about being kidnapped and
or like,
no, you know what it was? It was worried about your parents having to go through something like that.
Yeah, and then I always feel and think, and I know I'm not, because I look just like my dad when he was my age.
You cute, yeah.
But I always think like, was I switched at birth? Is this, you know what I mean? Like,
were you a twin?
Again, no. And I was just saying,
Switched
like,
to birth.
It's just one of those things. Like you always, well, I shouldn't say you. I always think like, how weird, because I've seen it sometimes on movies, like, you know, in the hospital. I mean, and shit, back in the 70s and 80s in California, babies are being just popped out left and right.
And there wasn't any DNA tests or anything then.
You know what I mean? My mom didn't get the birth certificates
They
until
tagged your toes like cows. Yeah, like ears.
She didn't get birth certificates until all 4 of us were born, and that's why we're in sequence on our Social Security numbers. So it wasn't like you had to do it right that day. That day, you know, like, what if I was switched to birth? Now, again, I know I'm not.
Okay, but then even if you were, though, what does that have to do with what you're thinking or dreaming?
So that dream,
I just want to ask.
That dream was just like one of those things. Like somehow they saw my picture, and they're like, that's our real son. This baby is not, and they put it on there.
Okay,
that's just like thoughts that went through with that dream.
But does it make you feel different? What are you saying you're feeling? If your dreams were speaking the truth,
for that one, literally, it's just
who knows,
wonder,
like a who knows
like,
type deal.
Yeah, like, you know,
you're obviously your mom and dad's kid, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I saw pictures of my dad when he was my age or young. Yeah, I mean,
obviously your parents' kids.
I held one up to Riley. I was like, "Who is this?" He goes, "Is that you from high school?" I was like, "No, you dick. That was my dad."
You gay?
Fuckers in like bell bottoms and shit. Like I didn't wear that stuff in high school.
He didn't know what the fuck you were in high school.
No, he didn't. he probably thinks the 70s are when I was in high school. But yeah, that is one I can remember from all the way back when I was a kid. But I can't tell you details like that from one I had last week.
So I do agree with that because details with last week nothing. But have you ever? It's off of dreams. I'll give you that. But have you ever felt like you were born in the wrong
era?
Yeah, is the word. Because like, I don't know how to make this non-problematic saying this, but I don't agree with today's politics, for one. People are too involved, or at least they're, one, too many virtue signals. Two, too many people that truly don't give a fuck about anything. But I feel like I was just born I was supposed to be born in a time where, like, you handle your own.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, there's so many weird problems we're dealing with now that aren't our problems, bro.
I think you fit better back in, like, the Old West or before,
50s,
where, like,
40s,
you guys have a
50s.
fucking battle. You just go out and high noon and draw it out. And who wins, boom.
Yes.
Argument's over.
Also, like, I take care of this land.
Yeah.
This is my land. You have no room to come in and say what I do with
Which I think pretty much back then was like, almost like squatters' rights. Like you're like, boom,
I think, but
I'll take these 10 acres. This looks good for me.
fair though, right?
You know what I mean?
In some,
And you fence it up, and then if someone wants to take it from you, they better be willing to fight to the death for
yeah,
it.
or just like,
And again, I don't know if that's how it really was, but that's
No,
what
well,
it seems like it was.
I'm sure it was though. I'm sure it really. It depends if there's a creek running through your fucking land or not.
creek.
Dude. You know what I mean? A creek somewhere you can worship. But no, I'm just okay. I'm being cryptic and trying to think of fucking lean-ins here. World War III.
Okay.
We're so close, bro. Can we talk about it?
Sure.
We're so close, I feel like. From the things I've heard and the things I've read and watched, it's almost unavoidable at this point, and I think it's going to happen.
If things keep going the way they're going for Ukraine and Russia,
it hasn't stopped in the last 6 months.
yes, and it's not getting any better.
And it,
Like I said, I got friends over in Ukraine, and I actually got a message from one of them today that 83 missiles were fired at Ukraine. 43 of them were stopped by their air defense.
anti-fucking aircraft.
But in the city
Anti-missile.
that they live in, their family lives in, I think it was like 8 bombs went off in their city, which they were away from. They were far from any of the explosions and battles until
it's
now.
like before in Star and shit went off in Boise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it's there now, like, and that's crazy. And then you hear on the news about how they're saying a nuclear war is getting even closer and closer because we have crazy fuckers like Putin.
Can I tell you what I've heard?
And what's that?
So I've heard at this point it's pretty much inevitable that Russia's getting smoked.
Yeah.
They're getting smoked, bro.
Yeah.
So from what I've heard, from what I think I know, because obviously I don't know anything, but it's almost inevitable that Russia's either going to pull out or they're going to drop a nuke.
And hopefully.
But then I sit here and think, and I go, okay, Russia drops 1 nuke on Ukraine. We drop, 2 to 3 on Russia. And China and North Korea drop as many as they need on us, right? So I go, let's take away 15 and make it 10.
But we also have the UN, who is
Like, I feel bad, but like,
not just us
we need to have
helping
our own
Ukraine.
back.
You've got all these other countries. The only people who back Ukraine right now are what? Or not Ukraine, Russia are what? If they're even
China
backing them,
and North Korea.
they're not straight up saying we back you. They're just not backing them. I don't know how
They're
to word
also
that better,
though,
but-
like, if you think about China though, they'll. I can't say this because I'm but one person and I don't know any of the world's. It's all pre-planned. We know that by now. It's all pre-planned. We as America are China's consumer.
yes, their
They will
greatest
be
import
nothing
is to
without
us. Yeah,
Nothing at all.
Americans probably buy
So-
more shit out of China than I agree.
We do.
Yeah,
100%.
we are
So-
the largest intake for their imports.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So there's nothing. They probably don't want that beef.
It would hurt them more, to back Russia against us.
And I'm sure Russia don't want this beef.
No, they would
Because I'm
lose
not
quickly.
trying to be the standard cocky American, but like,
They would lose to us quickly.
no game, yeah. No game.
I just feel they would.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
they would hands down every time. Any country in the world, I think, would. We have that. We got that. That being said, in my opinion.
The biggest one that scares me is North Korea. Shady.
Did you hear they launched a missile over Japan?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that I just got the chills. That's so scarily insane.
Yeah.
That it would even be like, why is that even a game? Don't do that.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Because that's crazy. I don't want that in my child's lifetime.
No, and
I don't want that in
it's-
my lifetime or my child's or my. I don't want
Their
that.
leader is so, like, for lack of a better term,
He's an incel.
He's a child.
Bro,
like,
no,
he's
he's
just.
an incel.
He's like, what do you mean?
So the definition, I might not have it perfect, but an incel is someone that can't get laid. They can't. No one wants to fuck them, so they project their insecurities on the world.
Okay, I'll give it that.
He's an incel. No one,
Yeah.
no one likes him, so he goes, "Fuck you, I'll be the
And
best."
so he
there
throws,
ever was."
and that's why I say a child, because he's throwing temper tantrums.
No, exactly. Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, and that's scary.
It's just I don't. You know me on politic wise, right? You know what? I don't even want to say it. We need the motherfucker to be like, no games. We had the motherfucker that said no games, right? Just in that regard, Donnie.
I will never agree with that,
loose
anything.
everything aside, right?
I will never. No,
I know.
I don't.
I know. I'm sorry to bring it up because I don't. I don't stand for him. Anyways.
I know,
but he could be like, I don't play that shit.
I don't think he would. I think they were like, we'll give you this if you do this, and I think he would sell us to him.
Think so?
Yeah. Oh
We're
God,
sold
yes.
though. We're already sold.
I think he would make it worse, or you know what I mean? If he had
We're
the
gonna
opportunity,
get $7 trillion. We're sold, baby. I don't know who said it.
worldwide or whatever.
I heard a great quote recently, and it said, "Money isn't measured in its worth, but money is measured with its power."
yeah,
And it really makes sense because it's true.
yeah.
Anyways, though, I just wanted to get to, without all this fucking weird whatever. Do you think it's about to happen? Because I really do.
I think
From what I've heard and read, we just bought $300 billion worth of anti-radiation pills that they're trying to pass out to the American society right now.
I've not heard a single thing about that.
I've heard a bunch of shit about it.
I don't think.
How does that make you feel, though?
I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. If it did, I don't think next year. I don't think the next 10 years. I think if it's going to happen, it's going to be down the road.
I've heard they brought in the major's the wrong word. The highest ranked military official, and he said we're the closest we've ever been in 77 years to nuclear warfare. 77 years ago was World War II, bro. That's insane. I just think it's less insane more than it is sad, because how do at least 50% of humanity believe in aliens and believe we're here for a higher purpose, and we're fighting? What are we doing? What are we doing? Even if we don't believe in aliens and we don't believe we're the only ones in the universe, we think we're the only planet there is, we're all of human population and everything that existed. What are we fighting for, dude? That's crazy to me.
Because we're stupid.
Yeah, but how...
Oh, sorry.
See, but that's what I mean, though. But, what? How are we arguing over... I heard...
Whether color of skin lets you vote. I mean, how is it still going on?
I heard back in the late 70s, early 80s, Ukraine signed a treaty with Russia, and they handed over all their nuclear weapons in exchange for agreements that they would never be invaded for what they have and never would be acted upon, blah, blah.
Okay.
What are we doing there? If that's real, what are we doing? And also, if the threat is nuclear, give them the fucking land, dude. What are we doing? Quit being crazy. But that's also instigating bully activity, I guess, right?
Yeah.
You can't just give in to your bully. I don't know. There's so much I don't know about this, but I want to talk about all of it because I think about all of it. I really do. It's a scary world. I have a fucking 3-year-old now. I'm like, what,
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Well, I was just reading here about Ukraine because did Ukraine give up nuclear weapons? And what I can find, Ukraine never had an independent nuclear weapons arsenal or control over these weapons, but agreed to remove former Soviet weapons stationed on its land.
Yeah, that.
So they gave, when they were all the Soviet Union, they're like, yeah, take your shit off our land, but leave us alone. Kind of thing. And Putin is just the biggest dipshit.
He is a dipshit. I will give you that. But I also like I know you're gonna disagree with what I just say right now, but put yourself in the president's. So what? They're trying to take the land back. It's our wheat. It's our wheat for the world, right? Shit like that. The land they're trying to take back is very fertile.
Also, they
There's
have
a lot of oil on it.
Ukraine
right?
has the biggest, I believe, in that area, the biggest port for in importation.
Yes.
For the boats.
Yeah,
It all goes through
wheat
there.
and oil and shit like that mostly.
Yeah.
I think. So, but I get, but give it up, bro. especially if you were the, what'd you say a second ago? United Nations.
Yeah.
That was Russia's. That was Russia's.
But it wasn't Russia.
I'm not trying to. Is bigot the right word for this? I'm not trying to be a bigot. I don't think that's the right word.
So what I'm reading here now, okay, Ukraine was briefly the third largest nuclear power in the world.
Oh.
Briefly, okay?
Uranium then.
Thousands of nuclear arms had been left on Ukraine's soil by Moscow after the collapse of the Soviet Union in 91.
Okay.
In 1994...
Oh, then they want their shit back.
In 1990, Ukraine's not the one doing this. Russia is. In 1994,
exactly.
It all got cleared out. There's no nuclear weapons there.
Oh, because of the treaty.
In exchange, yes, it's called the Budapest Memorandum. In exchange for Ukraine saying, take all the Soviet Union weapons off of here, put them in Russia, whatever.
Yeah.
The U.S., the U.K., and Russia guaranteed Ukraine's
NATO.
security in an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Now Russia's like, fuck you.
What is that? National Atlantic Treaty Organization?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. I guess but like, how much do you listen? I'm not trying to be a Russia sympathizer here. How much shit do you have to take though until you go, okay, fuck. Okay, fuck, man.
Well, okay, how about let me put it this way. Say Russia's coming here and they're trying to take over us and make us another Russia.
But
how much would it for you to take be like, okay, let's just become Russia?
But we're not, they can't bully us like that though.
Well, I'm just saying, what if they could?
Would you
give I'm trying to make you think like the Ukrainians. This is theirs. You just gonna let somebody take it away because they're bigger and they're trying to bully you? Or are you gonna fight for what you believe in?
But it was theirs in the first place. Right?
Not really, no.
Ish.
They were part of the Soviet Union. It wasn't
land they're trying to take, though, right?
It wasn't Russia. Ukraine's been Ukraine. They were part of the Soviet Union, kind of like part of the United States. It'd be like if Texas broke free.
Okay,
they're their own spot, but they were just kind of part of a group of them.
There's a level of disrespect involved in that, though, right?
Them breaking free? I don't think so.
I'm not. Listen, once again, I'm being objective, and I'm not trying to be, of our great leader.
Yeah.
But, like, that makes sense a little bit.
Russia trying to take the land?
Like if Texas was trying to break free from the North America. That's a little no thanks. Pass. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, and maybe that was a bad thing.
But that was a long time ago, though.
Let's
too,
say
which
the
is wild to
UK.
me.
The UK includes because the Queen was the queen. She was the Queen. She also was the Queen of Scotland, Ireland, all that. Now,
Vicky in a box. Now,
say Ireland wants to be on their own. They're their own country.
They do.
For them to break away, that'd be like UK when the Soviet Union collapsed. We're our own. Let us be our own. It's not like they are a state. You know what I mean? They're still their own country. They were just kind of like, our king is your king too.
They're under the kingdom.
Yeah, like no,
they're on the
you.
map under the kingdom.
We have our own leader. We don't need your king. That's them breaking or not.
Do you see how that kind of makes sense though?
I'm not
trying to shit on Ukraine and give it to Russia, but like it was laid out that way in a long time ago.
Because they were a power and they took it.
What now though?
They said you're mine. What now is it? Fucking Russia should have never attacked.
No, a long time ago they said, we're the power, we'll give you this. So yes, it's wrong to say, well, we want a little bit back now. That's what's wrong, right?
No. Well, okay.
Because that's what's going on.
It's been Ukraine. They were part of USSR.
The Ukraine, yeah.
Okay. They were always Ukraine. Then when USSR fell because it was horrible, taking down the wall, all that, like it was gone, it broke up. It was agreed Russia here, Ukraine here, Yugoslavia, whatever was all in there are their own.
Can I implement
so
one
they
thing
weren't
real
part
quick?
of Russia is what I'm trying to say. They were never part of Russia.
Real quick, I want to say it's all pre-planned. They want us to talk like this. Donnie, you don't have to agree with me here. The best friends, the richest people in the world, the owners of these countries, they kick it, bro. They go, hey, how do we make more money off of this? How do we fucking turn people like this? How do we? I
agree.
Here?
It's all about money.
It's all pre-planned.
It always will be. I don't agree. It's all pre-planned.
What do you think? what do you think's gonna happen though? Now that I
honestly
said a
feel
second ago we just bought $300 billion worth of anti-radiation pills to pass out for.
See, I can't find anything on that. As far as I am right now, I don't believe that. Now, what I do feel is Russia is getting its ass kicked. Russia is supposed to be this big dominant power. It's getting its ass kicked by farmers in Ukraine. I think eventually there's going to be an uprising and Putin is going to just disappear because the people are sick of it in Russia too. Russia is sick of Putin and what's going on.
See, I feel like that, but
I think it's going to end hopefully soon, but and by soon I mean in the next few years.
Half of me feels that. The other half of me feels like Putin's going to go.
See, I just think he's all. I think he's all show. I don't think he'll do it. He's gonna have.
We've been trained our whole lives to be afraid of Russians, dude.
See, he's gonna have the entire world, other than a few other countries, against him. I don't think he's that stupid. I guess is another thing. Like, he's cocky, he's showy, and right now nobody is telling you. Like, I mean, they're saying it in words, but they're not saying it with power. Like, knock your shit off. But if he gets any closer to being where they're going, he's going to get shut down. And I don't think he wants that. So he's just like, keep it up, keep it up. He's like the bully. Until you stand up to him, he's going to keep saying.
Everybody knows America's in charge. Everybody knows that. We're the world government. We own the world. What are you reading?
My football scores.
I knew it.
Look, I'm going against my father-in-law and I want to dominate him. So that sounded kind of weird. I want to dominate my father-in-law.
It would have sounded weird if you said I want to dom him.
That's just how I feel on it. I'm not saying it's not serious. I'm not saying, I mean, obviously there's already been a shit ton of deaths, Americans included, because some of them gone over to fight. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to go as far as they're trying to make it sound like it's going to go.
Okay. And I agree. Well, actually,
Hey, you have your own opinion.
I know, that's fine. But only because of what I feel and like, what do we do, right? What do we do? So I've heard, you haven't heard the same things as me. Obviously, we hear different news, blah, blah. We have different sources, blah, blah, whatever. But like, so Russians are warning their citizens right now of blackouts in power, weeks at a time. Germany, Russia has, from what I hear, has pretty much completely shut off, and you're going to have power outages, gas outages, water outages for weeks at a time. And yes, I'm doing air quotes here, we're better countries there, so it might not reach us as hard. But say shit goes off, though, like, what do you do? What are your first steps? This is just completely hypothetical, everything's out of the question. The bomb's going off. What do we do? You know? Like, what do we do?
Sit here.
That scares me, bro.
What can you do?
First thing I do is go to my dad's house, for me personally, and get at least 2 guns.
Okay, but a gun's not going to help you against a nuclear bomb.
No, but I'm thinking blackouts, power outages, water outs, blah blah. That I'm not thinking of necessarily radiation, because I don't think one's going to hit us like that.
No.
But like power outages, whatever, like I just said, I would like to I would like to have firearms to feel protected against people trying to maybe steal what they think I'm storing in regards to food, medication, water, just shit like that. But then I'm like, okay, step after that, like, what do we do if we actually, like, because I have RUCA.
Okay.
I'm going to need food if shit goes down. What can I do legally to get food that other people aren't trying to do illegally to get food? How do I maintain myself as a good citizen if shit does pop off? Or how do I protect myself without violence at that point?
I mean, other than trying to hide so you don't have to use violence, there's nothing you can do.
Exactly.
If someone's going to be violent against you, you have to use violence to protect yourself.
But also say I have to be the one that turns. Well, see, I would do my best to not turn violent. But what do I do when I'm out of food, when I'm out of water, when I'm out of medication? What do I turn to?
Obviously, I mean,
Because
if it
I don't
goes,
want to hurt my neighbor. I don't want to inflict pain on their life, which they're probably going through the same thing as me. I'm just thinking it might happen, and I'm trying to prepare myself for it, dude. I'm really trying. It's crazy.
if it goes that far to where everyone's trying to get this stuff, obviously money means nothing anymore.
Well, money, just like
so
I
somebody
said
could be
earlier,
like, I've got
money-
$100, give me those pills. Money's not going to mean anything anymore.
Money's not measured in what it's worth. It's
Yeah.
measured in its power.
So, and this may sound a little, I don't know, like weak. I don't know, like, you know, be like, hey, I noticed that you need,
Barter.
yeah, you need a radio, so you know that doesn't need power. The wind-up radios. I've got 2 of them. I'll give you this for some pills and some baby food. Start there.
Do
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I do, but as a criminal mind, truthfully, let me go. Cool. I gave him my 2 pounds of ground beef for this radio. Now I know that he has 2 pounds of ground beef and another radio, and I'm gonna go. See, but I also don't. I don't know where we're going, bro. I just don't.
yeah,
Because even if I followed politics as much as I possibly could, none of it would make sense.
no, like,
None of it. Or even if
fuck politics.
if I followed anything as much as I possibly could, nothing makes sense in these days anymore.
Yeah.
And that could lead back to dreams just to where, like, you're like, what is this?
See, and that goes back to, I guess, daydreaming too. Like, you know what? I honestly feel, and this, again, is just a feeling I have. Back in the 80s, people had daydreams, I guess. You know, they dreamt for what they wanted
Dahmer.
for their future. And now they're like, whatever.
We never got
You
to
know,
movies. We'll get to there soon.
We'll get there. But you know what I mean? Like, I know you weren't alive back then, but go back and watch movies about the 80s.
I basically
It was all about,
my dad and my grandpa.
I'm going to do this. I have
was-
a dream to do this.
I was basically alive then, dude.
You know what I mean, though? Like, watching the movies from the 80s, it'll give you that, you'll see. And that's literally how it was. People dream to have, you know, that's when the American dream was like the big push. It's like they wanted stuff. Now people are just like, fuck it. I'm going to live in this trailer and be a douche fuck, and I'll just drink and eat, and you know what? I'll be a dick and get things that way instead of, you know, working hard or something.
Hard work, yeah.
I just,
Craftsmanship.
times are different. People don't dream anymore. It's all about, you know, chasing the money, chasing the, I don't know how, you know,
No, I do.
I don't know how to word it better.
You don't.
but
You don't have to word it better because you made perfect sense. But the only problem is, what year did you say?
Oh, I was just saying back in the 80s. That's all I said. Like,
80s.
yeah.
Okay, 80s back.
Yeah.
Let's go 80s back. You could have a single man. Okay. You could have a married man with 2 kids. He goes to work. He can afford the whole house. He can afford two cars.
Mhm.
He can afford groceries. He can afford literally everything. It's different now because
People
well,
are greedy and things went up.
in my opinion too, though, it's like, truthfully, in my opinion, oh, okay, the dad works. The dad's away from the kids, so the dad can't he can't put his points of view or his thoughts of life on the kids. He can't imprint them with this. Okay, but the mom can, because the mom usually probably follows dad's point of view because he's the one working all day. He's the one making the money. Let's take the mom out of the equation so no one can imprint these kids, and we'll put them in school. No parents involved. We we fully take away the parents' impressions, and we can teach the kids what we want to teach them. And then it's just a weird fucking cycle where we have no say in what the kids learn or what the kids feel, what the kids think anymore because there's someone else teaching them, and it's turning into like a weird, fucked up thing.
I don't agree with that because look, yes, the kids go to school and the school is what's teaching them things, right? And I'm so annoyed with certain things the schools aren't teaching or they're blocking them from learning.
Exactly. You
But the
want your kids
problem
to be
is-
taught other things that they aren't teaching them.
But see, and here's where I have a problem with saying the parents are taking out in school teaching them. They're only at the school until 3:00 in the afternoon. A normal job, an 8 to 5 job, the parents are working. At least one parent is home when they get home from school or an hour after, and you're there the whole night with them. You talk about school. What I'm saying is the problem with that.
Ish.
I'm here for my kids all the time.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a great dad, though.
Well, and that's what I'm getting at is the problem. Not that I'm a great dad. I'm not getting at that. I'm saying like, be there for your kids and talk to them. Be like, hey, so what'd you learn today? And I'm not saying you don't do this. I'm just saying those are the parents that the school is fully teaching them because they're not involved in their kids' lives. You can
Fair.
work a full-time job and be there for your kids still. You can support them. You can
Agreed.
make the money and be there and still teach them things. So it's not.
Slightly agreed.
It's not that the parents that the world is taking the parents out and it's only the schools teaching them. It's the parents taking themselves away because you could be there. My mom, you know what? My dad worked. My mom worked.
I about
and
70% agree with that. I would like to hear you.
I'm just saying they
I'm
were
not trying to completely
they were
rebuttal,
still
but I
there
wanna hear it.
for me, like that I can go to them. We didn't have dinner at the table like you see on the old sitcoms, like the whole family gets together, eats dinner, and talks. It's
No,
not how it was. I didn't grow up that way, but we still.
You also didn't have phones, though, which are trying to teach you
Exactly.
the exact same thing your parents aren't.
Yeah. Technology is worse.
It's
Um,
I'm not trying to be racist or like bring up wild shit, but it's all proven that it's Chinese apps trying to take away your attention span. That's really what it is. Maybe not everyone, but our attention span is shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter every year.
yeah.
Because it's someone trying to like you have TikTok, you even watch your kids on TikTok. Uninterested until they find something that's like, oh, this spikes my interest and it's some bullshit.
Yeah, and I mean, and we'll be sitting down for dinner, and I'll have to tell Riley, no TikTok at the table. Put the goddamn phone away.
Brittany tells me that every night.
And and what's really good is, like I said, Riley gets out and he does football
It's great.
every night. But Monday,
information
he's
input.
out. He's out with friends. He's playing football. Like when you got here tonight, he's outside playing football with his friends down at the park. So I'm trying to have my kids, the best of both worlds, I guess. Like they have their technology, but I still want them to experience
it's
how I
that
experienced
world
it.
now.
Go outside and enjoy life
So-
too.
I'm glad you said that because I did want to bring up organically somehow. You just brought it up. Have you watched Bill Burr live at Red Rocks?
No,
So
is that an older one or a new one?
it's pretty new.
Okay,
2022. So it's pretty new, yeah.
I would
But
like to watch Bill Burr in December here.
there was two very, very profound things he said specifically to me in that special. Before I say this, I was watching the Burr and Chris Stefano I asked you about earlier.
Yeah.
Bert said, he was like, I know information about Tom. He goes, I don't want to leak it. He goes, but I promise you won't see Tom live for a long time. So we saw Tom. We got to see him, bro.
Yeah,
Because Bert said, he goes, because Tom's doing a world tour right now.
yeah.
And he's making enough money to live forever.
Oh, I'm sure.
Forever.
Yeah.
So Bert was like, I promise. He was like, I know, Tom, you're not going to see him for a long time. Anyways, though. But this Bill Burr special, fuck, what were we just talking about? I remember one of them. I forget the second.
I said that my kids are getting the best of both worlds. They're still going to go enjoy the outside.
Yes. Okay. So, fuck, I lost half of it again. I'll remember it, I promise. But one of them, he talks about how, well, you know, Bill, he has a temper.
Oh yeah.
And he loses his mind. And he said his 2.5-year-old daughter came in the kitchen while he was losing his mind, throwing toast everywhere. And she goes, "I'm sorry, Dada. I'm sorry." And he's like, "I just did that to her, and it wasn't even about her." He's like,
Yeah.
"I just ruined." And he's like, "Now she might not be an astronaut." He's like, "What did I just do? She might not be an astronaut now." And I'm just like, that takes me back because well, having my first kid, you have fucking 17 kids now, right?
Just three.
I just have to sit back and think. I'm like, fuck, dude. My emotions don't matter anymore. They just don't. I have to I gotta be dad. I gotta be fucking dad. And it's wild to me because I still have these fucking flip outs, dude. And I'm like, oh, I can't though. I have to reel myself in with everything now.
Or go outside or somewhere else. Like don't bottle them up and not have your emotions.
Yeah.
Just maybe certain ones don't do in front of her, I guess. Or
well, that's the problem.
when she's old enough, explain.
No, you're right though. But
You know what I
that's
mean?
the problem. Is there's very few things that light my fuse so short, dude. And I can't even name what they are. But there's some things I'm just like, I lose my mind, dude. And then, see, this isn't exactly as the same as Hip because it's not as much as it might have been with Bill Burr on the special.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want Ruka to see that shit, dude. It fucking makes me feel so bad. I wish I could think of the second thing right now.
There have been a few times that I can remember I'm flipping out and like, fuck this, fuck that. And,
Yeah.
Riley comes in and he
But
was
you're
younger.
not screaming at anybody.
No,
You're
you're
not
just
telling
like
Lex she's a stupid bitch.
slamming
You're
the
not-
cupboard door or something because
Yeah.
I'm pissed, And, Riley comes in, he goes, are you okay? He gives me a hug. And, I just like, yeah, daddy's just having a moment. I'm fine. Nothing's, you
Yes,
just kind of, you got to
exactly.
explain it.
Go, whew.
They'll get past it, especially little kids. Like Ruka's age, she's going to get past it.
I'll be honest with you, it was very much leading into the second thing I wanted to talk about, and I really can't remember what it was.
You want her to go outside more? I don't know.
Oh, no, you're not. It was something.
That's what I was talking about
No,
when you
it was-
remembered. So
No, it really was something about that, though. 2 seconds. Oh, my God, what was it? It was, yeah. Learning dangerously or cautiously. It was something that Duncan Trussell said. He's a comedian, but he said kids have to learn cautiously learn. I can't remember the words he said, but my biggest thing lately with Ruka, I'm trying to, when she's climbing something or when she's doing something, I'm trying to be, my instinct is be a helicopter dad, right?
yeah, I got you.
Fucking hover there, make sure whatever.
But what you want to be is you're gonna fall,
Bro,
and then let her fall.
oh, this is exactly it. Thank you. Yes, that. Because my generation, which it wasn't the same, but I was raised the same, probably you were raised, is because you've met my dad.
Yeah,
He didn't give a fuck. He's
Yeah.
just like your fucking dad, probably.
yeah,
But I'm trying to learn. Let her fuck herself up.
Yeah.
Or let her. She's being cautious.
mm-hmm.
She's being crazy, but I can't always be there.
No, and you just got to be like, look, that's dumb. Don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself.
See, I'm even trying to pull back
And
away
then
from
when
that because
say she hurts herself, be like, I told you,
that's where I'm at.
and you're not gonna do it again because you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
It just goes back to a kid reaching up to get something. You're like, that's hot. And then you turn around and they do it anyways. I fucking told you, dumbass, that's hot. It's just, I mean, yeah, that's
It's been happening so much recently too that I'm like, sorry, folks, hiccups. Bad. So much recently though that I'm like, we'll see. Brittany, because I sit back now for everything. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's see. And Brittany's like, I'm like, no. Let's see what happens. And she's busted her face. She's fucked with the dog too much. She's dropped shit and spilt. And I'm just like, and she turns to us every time and go, I fucked up.
yeah,
Not in those words, but because
Yeah.
she turns to us and she goes, oh, fuck, I
Yeah.
fucked up. But I'm really trying to sit back and just be like, she has to know, like my dad, for a small example. he realized that Jacoby and Lincoln, my two youngest brothers,
Mm-hmm.
were like their phone gen, you know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
on the phone. So he took them out recently, I think last week, and they went and fucking soaped up some fucking waterfalls,
Nice.
like some neighborhood water. And he's like, they need to learn how to be kids like we were. They need to like do something illegal or feel legal and run away and feel scared and be like, oh, I got away. Or like they need to fucking stand up to their bullies. Or like, but he's been doing wild shit with them that I'm like, I love that.
Yeah.
And I need to fucking feel like I just don't want Ruka to be. I don't like the world. I don't like it anymore, dude. I don't know what I'm trying to get at here, but the world's crazy. And I have
Yes.
a kid now, and you have 17 of them.
17
16, sorry.
to this day.
I thought.
Number 17 was born yesterday.
I forgot Les got that one abortion. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, I'm with that like with all the kids, and I get because
Sorry, I took it to the full left.
no, that's fine. Carter, everyone knows I adopted Carter. Carter wasn't fully mine, so Carter was there.
Carter's a good boy.
He was older when I came to his life, and by that I mean I was like 10 months, almost a year old. So
Yeah.
I didn't experience the newborn baby until Alyssa,
Oh yeah.
but because I grew up.
Twilight shit you imprinted on Alyssa.
No, I said like my parents worked. My parents were there. You know, my dad. You know my whole backstory.
Bill Burr.
My
Antics for
sister and
Family.
I
You
were
got a
the ones
key
that
to
were
the
there
house when you
for
were
my
3.
brothers. You know what I mean? My mom's friend would come over. I'm the one stuck watching their kids. I grew up raising kids,
Yeah.
so I wasn't like, oh shit, she's choking. What do I do? I'm freaking out, kind of thing. I'm like, you're good, but I'm also the kind of like I said, don't do that, dumbass. And then they do it. I'm like, I told you. And that's how I've always raised my kids. You know, this day and age, everything is so childproof, baby-proof. We're freaking out. You're all going to get hurt on everything.
That's the words I was looking for.
Stop. You know what I mean? Don't shelter them. Yeah.
We've lived for hundreds of years. Exactly.
Yeah. Like
The strong shall survive. Even the weak obviously fucking survive.
they find a way through. We shelter so much that we're ruining their lives by sheltering them. Let them experience shit.
I know it's not an attack, what you were just
Let them
saying.
get scratched by the cat.
But like, oh yeah, all of that. But like, it's weird on the other side of the fence for that, where like you growing up, and I'm not talking about your kids, I'm talking about you as a kid. There was never a threat of like getting kidnapped.
No, there was.
But like, you come home when the streetlights turn off.
Yes.
That was your life, and that was a comfortable life, and it made that was the rule for every fucking buddy. There was no phones, there was no cameras, there was no nothing. You get your ass home when the lights turn off, right?
Yeah, but it was a big thing of getting kidnapped, and it was huge. And like literally, they would teach you in school what to do. You know, yell no, scream no,
Break the wrist, walk
it
away.
It was
Break the wrist, walk away.
it was a huge thing back then when schools were teaching you don't talk to strangers, avoid this.
In Jerome,
Yeah.
really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like it was huge. Like
I
just
don't
stay
think
away.
I was ever
and-
taught that.
Oh yeah, it was massive back
And I
then.
grew up
and
here in Boise. I don't what
and well, it's funny because like there's a
just as
meme.
small as a town as Jerome was back then. I guess.
There's a meme. I don't think Boise's ever had only 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
Well.
Jerome's like 20,000, but whatever. There's a
25,
meme now.
baby.
It's funny because it said, you know, as a kid, we were told don't get in cars with strangers.
Don't take candy from strangers.
Yeah, stuff like that. And then, or no, what is it? Don't
know.
talk to strangers and don't get in a stranger's car or something. And what do? We order an Uber and we just get in a car with a stranger we don't
All
know.
of it.
You know what I mean?
All
Like
of it.
I know it was worded different. It was worded better and more funny. Sorry, people, I'm not funny. But
I'm just kidding.
you know, it was huge back then growing up. Like you don't ever talk to a stranger. They actually taught kids in school stranger danger,
But
and running away. And
How is it more scary of a thing for me and you? Was it just as scary for our parents, or is it scarier for me and you? Even though there's more cameras, there's more all that shit.
I
I'm
think
terrified, bro.
well, I think
terrified.
it was more. The problem is that there's more because of phones, computers, and all. The news is out more now.
Yeah,
of this kind of shit.
Which you
Like
would
we
think would
knew
make
about it,
happen
we were
less.
trained about it, but again, schools aren't teaching. Like I can talk to my son now. School doesn't teach you stranger danger and all that shit.
No, exactly.
They're
Can
not
we,
teaching.
can we
it
lead
now.
into a little bit of shows in movies?
Yeah, I would love to.
Dahmer.
I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it?
No,
Not one episode?
Carter has, Lex has. No, I haven't watched it.
But you know what?
Yeah, I know what it's about.
You
Yeah,
know Dahmer. So like,
I've seen. Okay, let me see. I've seen clips. Saw the clip where he's molesting the mannequin.
well, no, but
I
even
haven't seen
without the
full
show, you
episodes.
know what Jeffrey, you know
Oh,
who
yeah.
and what he did and
Oh,
what he
yeah.
was. So like, it's crazy now that for one, I'll give my conspiratorial thought on it. Look at this while we do this. I don't know what this is, but we're looking at this. That's all I know. Everyone in America is looking at Dahmer right now.
Yeah.
Dahmer show, Dahmer tapes, Dahmer TikToks, Dahmer, all of it. We're all focused here. Something's going on here. Anyways,
In a sense, we're doing that
well, you're not wrong.
with the podcast. You know, listen to us. Ignore the bad shit going on and just escape for a bit and listen to us. That's why I said, in a sense, we're doing that.
In a sense, you're right, but also in more of a sense, we're bringing real shit to life instead of like, yes, hopefully, I would hope it's entertaining to people listening to us.
Yeah.
But like, we're not trying to distract them from real life. We're telling them what we think about real life.
Yeah.
But Dahmer, it's just like, how is that even real? How is that even? I understand there's troubled teens and troubled whatever, but like even as a son, say you're what 60,
Okay.
and fucking Riley's what 20. How old are you?
Right now, I'm 43.
Say you're 63,
Okay.
and Riley's what 23,
He would be 31.
31,
No. Yeah.
20.
Because he's 11 right now.
Yeah. So, you kind of have to watch it to know where I'm coming from. But like, how is that even like? You know something's up.
Okay, that's where I was going, because Lex is watching the actual documentary now, the tapes, or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were just, I was listening as I was trying to nap, but they're talking about like how he'd bring someone home, he ended up killing them. Then he'd come down and have breakfast with mom or grandma or whoever.
Grandma,
Act like nothing happened, shuffle her off to work, go to his sexual deeds with this body that's in his room.
it stinks.
Yeah, how, again, I was thinking the same thing. How does she not know something's going on?
It's that's crazy, dude.
Yeah. And you know, like, also besides like the whole
Once
take
again,
attention off of this and this, it is that time of year too, though. We are into the month of Halloween and more of
it's a Witcher's hour.
the Dahmer stuff, the horror movies, that kind of stuff is going to be released a lot more now. This month is the time for that kind of stuff.
It circles back two things. One, I probably got completely off topic what I was really trying to say. But for two, like, how are we in my personal opinion, I think 90% of humanity realizes we're not that's it. We're not it.
What do you mean?
Like earthlings, I guess. And not even earthling. It's like people don't realize how large the world is.
Fuck the world, the universe,
But that's what I mean. But like, first you have to realize the world, and like, it's like, what are we? Dahmer less. Listen, truthfully, Dahmer less than like the government and whoever controls the wars. It's like I could understand maybe wanting to kill people or being braised up and wanting to whatever, but it's like, what are we doing? We're obviously not the only ones here.
Yeah.
And if we are, and if you believe we are, why are we killing each other? What are we doing? Like, what the fuck's going on here, dude? This is crazy.
Yeah. I think a lot of people
I'm a little drunk and I can't stick to points
don't
tonight.
want to think about how big the world is. They don't want their world to be bigger than their little plot of it.
It's not, though.
It
really
they
isn't,
they
though.
just don't want it. They want to feel like that's it. They don't want to think about it.
Are you worried about World War III?
Right now, no.
No?
No, like I said, I don't feel it's going to get there.
Sorry
It's
if I
just-
keep jumping topics.
That's just my opinion on it. I don't think that I want to believe Putin is smarter than that, because if it happens, it's going to start there, and it's not going to end well for him.
The only reason I ask is strictly out of a fatherly point of view. I have a new kid now, and I'm afraid for what I don't want her to grow up in that world. That scares me.
I feel like if something,
that's my only
I think
emotion.
World War III is not going to happen in our lifetime.
No,
I don't think it'll happen in our lifetime. Ours as parents, like maybe our kids.
I think it's so close.
You know, I'm not saying it's, but yeah, but 50 years can be close.
True.
You know what I mean?
Well, 77 years to the day was the last nuclear bomb. Almost to the day.
Oh shit! Sorry.
I thought Dan was going to be here.
No, Dan's on his way back from Red Rock. He went and saw Incubus at Red Rock. Him and Tana.
I fucking hate him.
You know, a lot of times I do too.
Oh, I hate you a lot of the time too.
That's fine. I hate myself.
Anyway, sorry, I showed up drunk.
That's fine. Computer's about to die, so we should just end it here, which is fine.
Donnie boy, I love you, my friend. I really do.
Love it too, man.
You're my best friend, and I really love you, dude. You're gonna need
We're good.
You're gonna need to buy some anti-radiation pills soon.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Before we end it though,
yeah.
keep this in if you want, or if not, whatever. It's worth the investment because I think it's a possibility.
Well,
It's a possibility, bro.
I'm not saying it's not a possibility. I will say good luck finding any legitimate.
You know what's crazy though?
Radiation pills.
You know what's crazy though is like, if shit does pop off, whoever runs America hasn't prepared their people enough, which is the shitty part about it. Because if even one nuke goes off in the world, it's gonna be a rough time for all of us in the world. I feel like.
I agree. And
I'm not trying to shit on them.
And it's going to put everyone on alert, and it's going to change.
It's going to change humanity's course.
Say a nuke goes off in Russia from, say Ukraine finds when they do it. It's going to change everything.
Well,
for
it's going to
everybody.
be at Ukraine.
It's going to change for the entire world. Yeah, I agree.
And it's so like, just to the listeners, prepare or don't, but you will be affected if it happens. And I love you guys. Prepare yourselves as best as you can. Because, you know what's crazy, though? So I'm sitting here and I'm going, okay, when COVID hit, we stacked up on toilet paper and water, right?
Everybody else did. Yeah, I didn't. I could never find it.
I didn't either, yeah. But I'm like,
wipe with leaves. I don't give a shit.
But I'm like, if World War III hits and a nuke goes off in fucking Ukraine, we're going to need toilet paper and water. You know what I mean? Like, bad. For sure.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Anyways, though, we love you guys, listeners all over the world. If you're in Ukraine or the bordering countries,
stay strong.
Yeah, stay strong. As a shitty American with nothing that I could fully contribute, we love you guys. We feel for you guys, and we want you all to be safe. If you have hot teenage daughters, you can come to our houses and take refuge. Or if you're a hot adult too, just
preferably adults.
Yeah, female adult, hot female adult. If you're,
I'm not picky as long as you're hot.
Yeah. A butt's a butt, dude. A butt's a nut. That's all I gotta say. We love you, the word. We love you, world.
Dad bods out,
bods
bitches.
out, bitches.